First, the top news headlines. Search operations at Tupul landslide site will be called off this evening, announces Chief Minister N. Biren. MOU signed among North Frontier Railway, Nonne District Administration and Makwam Village Authority. RIAMEI set to become full-fledged autonomous body soon, says RIAMEI Director Professor A. Santa. Woman found hanging at Patsoy Part 1, family members wrecked police vehicle. Hello and a very good evening. You're watching the MAMI TV English News Bulletin. I'm ALBINA. North Frontier Railway, Nonne District Administration and Makwam Village Authority have signed a memorandum of understanding regarding the tragic landslide at Maramching Village in Nonne District on June 29 at Chief Minister's Secretariat today. Chief Minister Nongthombam Biren has announced that the search operations at the disaster site will be called off this evening. A meeting was held in this regard at Chief Minister's Secretariat presided by Chief Minister N. Biren around 10 a.m. this morning. Minister of Relief and Disaster Management Awangbo Nyumai, Chairman of Hill Areas Committee Dipu Gangmai, the Chief Engineer of Northeast Frontier Railway, DC Nonne District, representatives of Makwam Village Authority were present at the meeting. The meeting resolved calling off the search and rescue operations which have been going on for the past 20 days this evening. Besides, a memorandum of understanding containing 9 points was signed among the Chief Engineer of Northeast Railway, DC Nonne and Makwam Village Authority in presence of Chief Minister N. Biren after thorough discussion on the Charter of Demands submitted by Makwam Village Authority earlier. Addressing media persons after the meeting, Chief Minister N. Biren said, of the 79 people present at the under construction Tupul railway station yard in Nonne at the time of the tragic landslide around 11:30 p.m. on June 29, 18 were rescued alive. Till Sunday, 56 bodies had been found while 5 persons are still missing. As the search for the missing persons will end today evening, the toll in the landslide will be considered as 61, he said. The 20-day-long relentless search and rescue operations will be officially ended today. Stating that the 5 missing persons will be considered that, he said that the search for the remaining persons can be carried out by the villagers as per their wish. The Chief Minister also announced that an ex gratia of Rs 5 lakh each will be handed over to next of kin of the deceased and Rs 50,000 each to the injured persons.
Mayam imung manung laikidraba singi maroina villagers indadi yamna awabu oiba masadu gi asengba hangdabane dharma gi oiba religious gi oiba ekhoi ritual sing tawbuda busu tawbung amdaba leiba adugi potuna yamna warakpada gi ekhoi Additional Chief Secretary Amaduga Honorable Minister Honorable Chairman Mayam Sport to the Atagi Lapidi Kunja gi leadership Mayam Khanner Matungeda ekhoi narang bawdu jo koi try tawai aduna official oina masi ekhoi close aba tawrasi hanglaba singdu ekhoi magi individual oina thibaduna amani but government gi oina di loirasi aduga hanglaba singdu jo ekhoi laikidre hane announce tawrasi na adugi decision ama lobani maraksida kunja sing laikidreba adugi di ekhoi gi ritual magi traditionally matam ama thama piraga khabarda hapna khotna chanabigi nomama leibanina maduma ekhoi customary gi oiba chanabi da mapung pharaga madu kunja sing na madu tobiro aduga government gi oina di ngasi sidagi ekhoi hairiba laibak thiba thukda laikhidraba miyoi sing asi punnu miyoi humpuga mathoi si laibak thiba thukda laikhidre hain lobu loinana ekhoi government gi side gi laikhidraba sing amadi asokpa sing da tawhum thokpa government gi thabuk sing ado tawnana ba ekhoi tawroge hadana madu ga ya ba lobugi meeting ni ngasi gi se aduna ekhoi villager sing railway gi authority sing army government yamna loina ekhoi MOU ma Memorandum of Understanding Hypotare, Igi presence, the Primasida, Yanabama Purukna Badagi, I made a in auction Kojavani.
The 9 points in the MOU signed today include a permanent job post of the railways or government of Manipur for a nearest relative of the deceased villagers within 1 year from the day of the landslide, and free education till graduation to 3 children of the Biri families by the NF Railway, among others. Director of RIAMEI, Professor A. Santa, has said RIAMEI is set to become a full-fledged autonomous body as one of the important institutes of the nation very soon. He said this during the inauguration of level room for Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology at RIAMEI Hospital at Lumfeld today. Speaking on the occasion, Professor Santa termed the inauguration of the new level room at RIAMEI as fortunate since it has been India's agenda to have a fully equipped level room at the hospital. The newly inaugurated room will ease the problems faced during childbirth, stating that RIAMEI is all set to become one of the institutes of national importance. He expressed happiness that the hospital has been among the top 40 hospitals of the country in national ranking for 4 consecutive years. People across the country have recognized the potential of RIAMEI, which is a matter of pride for the Northeast regions, he said. Santa also sought support of the people in taking the hospital to new heights.
Most of them all over India knows about that. Not only India, even the whole outside the country knows that what is the RIAMEI of. So appreciation. And because of our performance was consistently good, so people can't ignore us. That may be the reason. So actually for the NIGRIM was planned long back. It was in 2011 when I was a director. It was almost ready for NIGRIM Shillong. At the time, I thought that RIAMEI should be included. But then, for a few years, RIAMEI has overtaken the NIGRIM, and we are performing very, very well. So I just want to thank all the staff or faculty, all because of our good students. So every time we are able to one of them best in the Northeast, or we are the only one who represent the top 50 medical college for last 4 years consecutively.
Also speaking on the occasion, Medical Superintendent of RIAMEI, Professor Nepram Sanjeev, expressed happiness at inaugurating the new level room for Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology at RIAMEI. During the visit by parliamentary committee members to RIAMEI, they praised the work done by the department. Besides AIIMS in New Delhi, the work by the Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology in RIAMEI is commendable as compared to other AIIMS, which is a matter of pride for the state, he said. Sanjeev further appealed to the engineers and contractors to maintain quality work for the renovation work at RIAMEI.
When the parliamentary committee came, the moment when they saw the Obs and Gynae, immediately they wrote, RIAMEI is more active and more functional than any of the AIIMS in India other than AIIMS New Delhi. So, because they saw all the floors were full, there were a lot of deliveries going on, and I would like to congratulate the head of department, the faculty members for bringing us laurels to this institute, to the department. We have seen a lot of developments in RIAMEI, and I thought director was developing all around, but every department got his share. And when I just looked at Obs and Gynae, I saw that a new OT has been built, the maternity OT, a new duty doctor's room, and we have a new labor room. We have got the office block being renovated. Such a lot of works are going on.
Head of Department of Obstetrics and Gynecology, RIAMEI Hospital, Dr. M. Rameshwar, along with doctors and nurses of RIAMEI, attended the inaugural event of the new level room. A woman was found hanging inside a kitchen last night at Patsoi Part 1 under Patsoi Police Station. Family members of the victim destroyed one police vehicle for not informing them during spot inquiry. The deceased has been identified as Oinam Debala, age 22, wife of Shanta of Kumbi Ward No. 2, Phuga Wangma, and married at Patsoi Part 1. Santa is working as a security guard at MIS Brickfield at Patsoi. Upon receiving information, a team of forensic science along with Patsoi police arrived at the crime scene for investigation in presence of the victim's mother-in-law. Later, the lifeless body was shifted to the RIAMEI morgue, where the family members of Debala destroyed the police DI vehicle for not informing them and conducting the investigation in their absence. Speaking to media persons, Debala mother Oinam Taruni said they received the information about Debala death at 7 p.m. last evening. Debala and her husband had visited her parents yesterday. She insisted on staying back at her parents, but her husband took Debala home, persuading her to go again after some days, Taruni said.
Kanda lao ana hai ko ai ni chumai tong ni kang dam ni cha to man ni ai ki am jum ni da di aroi be oi le ram le
sigi malai to i pau se pung ka dai phang ke
lagi pung tare da ma dro pung tare da dai no pau bi ro ko ni
Direct later la ona pio pra tora ko ba ko ri pau cha.
Direct thori an sinamne chela ona hai ai now ipanu pai nu pina ai gi cha ya roi ben mi oi me nu
Scheduled Tribe Demand Committee of Manipur STDCM reiterated its demand for inclusion of Meitei in the Scheduled Tribe list of the Indian Constitution. In press release, General Secretary of STDCM K. Boghendrajit said the Meitei or Meitei community is living under the fear of extinction as a minority for being excluded from the ST list. The committee expressed discontentment at failing to send any recommendation despite Government of India having asked the Government of Manipur on May 29, 2013 to send documents in this regard. STDCM has sought the support of the people in their protests to save the community. They further drew the attention of the state government to work by acknowledging the sentiments of the people. RIAMEI Teachers and Medical Officers Association, Nursing Association, Non-Teaching Employees Welfare Association today staged a sit-in front of RIAMEI's administrative block condemning the blast at the residential gate of Director of RIAMEI, Professor Dr. A. Santa at Uripok, Ahanthem on July 18. President of RIAMEI's Non-Teaching Employees Welfare Association, Dr. W. Ranbir, termed the attack on a medical professional who has been serving the people day and night as extremely unfortunate. He also appealed to those concerned to not repeat such actions in future.
Lan gi matam da ba khud thana da ba mafam ni hospital haib se du hospital da work tor ba hospital sibu fagarna ba honari ba RIAMEI ke director Professor A. Santa gi mayum da khangau dana smaina thokpa sida Dr. Kader Singh aduga khoi nursing Kader Singh aduga non teaching gi Kader Singh da yamna nuai taba ama phau da gi ekoina masigumba thabak se tobiganu mi ama gi different opinion laiba yai aduna different opinion sing se wari saraganda solve tawna ba honna biu haibadu adugi voice to ekoi Manipur gi laibiriba chinau sing the mapang sing Sangstan Singh, Punamakta, Simba, Tabakchi Tobidana by Koina, Mayam da Apil Tawzabani, Asiki protest.
On the other hand, a protest demonstration denouncing the blast was also staged at Uripok Ahanthem Laikai Community Hall today. Speaking to media persons on the sidelines of the protest organized by Uripok Ahanthem Laikai Development Organization, member of Uripok Ahanthem Laikai Nupilup, K. Ranjita, condemned the blast and also urged those concerned to not repeat such act in future.
Tamo Santa RIAMEI ki director hoji ori basigi yum mamangda bom langjalamase masi kitang nuaite maramdi langjalimba bom si yum laktani na ngasai ki lambi mapan su oire yum lakta su oire duna koi khudung thiba mayam ma thu om basu yai kariguma phana yana da bar leiraga su yana sanna ingna signa yana sanna bado aduni koina pam smaini yum lakta bom che amu hanna langjin biganu masai sta koi praja da su e miyam da loina shokpa yabagi chance te wangna leram ha aduna mayam sigi mahusilaga ina appeal tawjari among hana sugumba thogdo se thon biganu ilmarta bong jin biganu asugumba thong se amhana tawbiganu haidana ina appeal tawjari.
Director of Tourism Department W. Ibohal has proposed to the state government to issue a ban on tourist destinations operated by both the government and private organizations or private individuals from access to general public for time being till the COVID-19 situation improves in the state. In an order, the Tourism Department of Manipur proposed to ban the tourist destinations such as parks, waterfalls, resorts, hotels, restaurants, gardens, heritage sites, religious places, cafeteria, etc. operated by the government or private organizations or private individuals from access to general public for the time being till the COVID-19 situation improves in the state to curb further spread of the disease. An unknown person has been allegedly attempting cyber fraud through WhatsApp by using the name of Chief Justice of Manipur High Court. In a notification, Registrar General of High Court of Manipur informed that it has come to its light that an unknown person using a mobile number 9827264614 is disguising as the Chief Justice of High Court of Manipur and sending WhatsApp messages to execute cyber fraud. It cautioned the public and legal fraternity members not to reply to such claims or messages sent by the above number, adding that the said mobile number has no connection with the Chief Justice. Apunba Terapishak Chowkhat Thaurang Loop ATCTL has felicitated 25th position holder of Class 10 examination conducted by BOSEM, Wahangbam Medona, and 1st division holders of Class 12 examination conducted by COSEM in Terapishak area of Kaching district. MLA of Wabagai Assembly Constituency, Dr. Usham Dibain, President of ATCTL, Huidrom Birain, and proprietor of Lamyanba Enterprises, Ilangbam Amit Kumar, attended the felicitation program as a presidium members. The prizes for the students were sponsored by proprietor of Lamyanba Enterprises, Ilangbam Amit Kumar. Cash incentive was presented to Wahangbam Midona, student of H. Kainahal Memorial English School, who bagged the 25th position in the Class 10 examination conducted by BOSEM at the event. Further, first division holders of Class 10 and 12 examination in Terapishak area, along with selected students of Class 6 entrance test for JNB, were fitted. Now we have a short commercial break. Stay tuned for more updates.
Welcome you all to Lunaco Residential School at Chanung, Imphal East. An exclusive co-education residential school located on a sprawling 50-acre campus will be affiliated to CBSE New Delhi. First academic session will begin in April 2023 for classes 4 to 8. Hurry up for registration.
ट्रैफिक के नियम सिंह मियाम पुमनमकिनी लंबी चटपा अमदी गाड़ी थौबा मतमदा ट्रैफिक के नियम सिंह इनबियु गांगवा मचुगी मैंगान की आथ्रदी लेपियु कोमला मचुगिना चटनबा सेम साबियु अमसुंग असंगबा मचुगिना चटपिरो गाड़ी थौनिंगै मतमदा ओइरोमदा लैसिनबिगे खनबिरगदी ओइरोम थंगबा लेंदा तपना चटपिरो अदुगा तपना लैसिनबियु येलोमदा लैसिनबिगे खनबिरगदी येलोम थंगबा लेंदा तपना चटपिरो अदुगा लैसिनबियु चुमना चटके हायरगदी मिडल लेंदा चटपियु गाड़ी थौबा मतमदा मोबाइल फोन सिजिनबिगनु गाड़ी थौदुना चटपिबा मतमदा सीट बेल्ट फाजिनबियु गाड़ी मचा थौबिबा मतमदा हेलमेट उप्पियु मायोकनबदा मीटर सनी की मनुंगदा गाड़ी लाक्लगदी हाई बीम लाइट सिजिनबिगनु मफम सिंदनबा पार्किंग तौबा मतमदा मवोंग चुमना गाड़ी खांबियु जेब्रा क्रॉसिंग हेंजंदना स्टॉप लाइन दा गाड़ी खांबियु
Welcome back. On the third day of the monsoon session, Congress MPs led by party leader Rahul Gandhi joined a joint opposition protest in the Parliament complex over the issue of inflation. Congress MPs Mallikarjun Kharge and Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary also joined the protest in front of the Mahatma Gandhi statue in Parliament today. MPs raised slogans against the central government for increasing price of domestic LPG cylinders and GST on several food items. They staged protests with banners, domestic cylinders and food items. Meanwhile, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha were adjourned till 2 p.m. today amid the sloganeering by the opposition MPs. Meanwhile, Speaker Om Birla was rather blunt today with opposition members protesting inside the Lok Sabha against price rise. The House is for discussion and raising issues, not for raising slogans and creating chaos, he said. He got upset after opposition MPs gathered in the well of the House holding packets of curd, butter and buttermilk, questioning the levy of goods and services tax on essential that were earlier out its ambit. They want all other business of the House be suspended for a discussion on price rise in particular. But the Speaker has insisted that he will give time in 0 hour earmark for raising issues of urgent public importance after giving notice. Birla was particularly angry about use of placards, something that he pointed out yesterday too as a violation of House rules. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today lauded all vaccinators for administering 200 crore COVID vaccine doses as of July 17. The scale and speed that India imparted to the world's largest vaccination program has been spectacular, and this has happened due to the efforts of people, Prime Minister Modi wrote in an appreciation letter thanking vaccinators for their contribution. He added that the vaccinators, healthcare workers, healthcare support staff and frontline workers have played a critical role in protecting Indians. The Prime Minister further said that the achievement of 200 crore vaccine doses showcases the strength of the democratic, compassionate and service-oriented ethos of the nation. In the wake of 2 confirmed cases of monkeypox in the country being reported from Kerala, the state government today issued standard operating procedures (SOP) for isolation, sample collection and treatment of those infected or showing signs of the same. Kerala Health Minister Veena George in a release gave details of the SOP, which are to be followed by all private and government hospitals. She said that any person who has travelled in the last 21 days to a country where monkeypox has been reported and is having red spots on the body along with 1 or more of the other symptoms like fever, headache, body ache or fever should suspect infection by the virus. The minister in the release further said that risk of infection is high through close physical or direct skin-to-skin contact or sexual intercourse with an infected person or by touching their bedding or clothing. Acting President Ranil Wickremesinghe became Sri Lanka's 9th president after winning the presidential poll today. He ranked in 134 votes. Ranil assumes the president's chair amid massive protests against him. Earlier, his private residence was set on fire and his official residence, when he was a prime minister, was stormed by protesters who demanded that he step down. Right after winning the election, he addressed the speaker and sought permission from the speaker to take oath outside the parliament chamber within the parliament complex. He assured the opposition that he would work with all parties to bail Sri Lanka out of the unprecedented economic crisis. Before we end the bulletin, let's look at the top news headlines once again. Landslide site will be called off this evening, announces Chief Minister N. Biren. MOU signed among North Frontier Railway, Nonne District Administration and Makwam Village Authority. RIMS set to become full-fledged autonomous body soon, says RIMS Director Professor A. Shanta. Woman found hanging at Patsoy Part 1, family members wreck police vehicle. That's all for today. Thank you for joining us. Have a great evening.